Hello, YouTube. It's been a little longer than I expected, and I apologize for that since my last update video. Let's go ahead and do an update video here for June, and then starting this coming Saturday, we will get started back in our regular content. As you can tell, I can sound a lot better than I did in my last video. I feel a lot better. Without divulging too much personal information, I had some corrective surgery done that affects the way that I breathe and talk and swallow and that kind of stuff. Which is probably why the audio was a little low in some of my videos, is because the microphone wasn't directly in front of me, as it currently is. As you can tell, my voice is still a little raspy, but not quite as bad as it was. Moving forward, starting this coming Saturday, we're only going to do one video a week, at least for a little bit, maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. That is for me to go ahead and completely, fully recover, and also allows me to get back in the swing of things and get back to the grind and that kind of stuff. I do apologize for the hiatus. I do apologize for the slow content currently, but it is what it is. And by July 1st, we should be pretty much back to normal. Maybe a little bit after that, maybe after the holiday. Anyway, what I was also wanting to tell you is this is what is coming up after, obviously, this video I'm going to release as soon as I'm done recording it. But the next video is going to be how to dual boot with 2 different drives. It is a little bit of a different animal compared to my other dual booting videos. And of course, we will take our time and walk through it. And we will record everything, the BIOS, everything. We do this on bare metal, so you see what I see. That kind of thing. After that, I've got to fix the how to iDebian or how iDebian video series. If you watch that, probably about halfway through the second video, I believe, somewhere in that marker, I ended up skipping a step, so I spent the rest of the series troubleshooting on the fly. Some of you commented that you like that kind of thing, so that's fine. We will keep that in. However, I want to fix that. That was actually a mistake. It was a boo-boo on my part, which happens to everybody. Mistakes don't only happen to newbies, they happen to veterans too. We're going to fix that. We'll probably do a couple videos on how to do it correctly or how I do it correctly, that sort of thing. Then we were going to do the exact same thing, but for Fedora, how I Fedora. That one isn't going to be quite as involved. Fedora is actually a more polished distribution than Debian is, so I don't have to do as many tweaks and changes to it. After that, we are going to start on the command line series again. We're going to the basics. The command line basics is done, but we are going to start with command line advanced. That is where we start filling in all the questions that you may have had from the basics. If you watch that and you are already familiar with Linux, you're probably a little underwhelmed with that series, which is intentional. That was targeted for brand new users, and we don't want to inundate them with a whole bunch of data and examples and stuff like that. However, in CLI Advanced, pretty much we're just going to open the throttle and go full speed. We will end up explaining a lot of the options. And even though we're going to repeat some of the commands, we're going to go further in depth into it. Like, for example, in CLI Basics, we talked about, I believe it was apt. It was our package manager. And basically, I just went over how to add packages, how to remove packages, and how to update your repos. Which is essential. You do need to know that. However, it gets a lot more complicated than that. So in the advanced playlist, we're going to talk about how to add and remove repositories, how to keep them, up to date and fresh, and how to tell which packages come from which repositories, how to install a package from a specific repository instead of from the default, that kind of thing. We will again still use apt for our example. However, we need to keep in mind that it's just that. It's an example. You can do the same thing with DNF or any other, mature package manager. We're going to use apt on Debian. Again, that's just our test bed. That's our example. If you don't use apt, if you use a different distribution with a different package manager. The commands won't be exactly the same, but the context is still there. The ability is still there. And you just have to learn the difference between what apt does and what, say, DNF5 does, which is the default package manager for Fedora. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. It's already been 5 minutes. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's to come. I will get started on that dual booting video here in the next day or so, and it will be out this coming Saturday, and we will go ahead and get started again. If you like these videos, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and ring that notification bell, click like. That helps the algorithm, helps the channel. And we have some exciting things to talk about for our July channel update. We might end up actually pushing one of these out every single month. That way we have some way of announcing new things without actually interrupting the regular videos. I like to try to stay on topic. I'm not always successful, but I try to stay on topic. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble, and my throat's starting to feel a little sore. So I will go ahead and let you go, and we will see you in the next video.